Hi, everybody. Welcome to our regular Friday get together. I'm Leslyn Keith, the president of the board and director of research for the Lipedema Project. And here with my friend and colleague, Catherine Seo. And Catherine, it doesn't say anything about what you are.
What did they call it? Chief cook and bottle washer.
Yes, that's right.
Uh,
The CEO and founder of Lipedema Simplified and Lipedema Project. Is that correct?
yes.
Pretty much the start of everything, going back to Catherine Seo. So we're here with you today, as we usually someone gets together with you today on Fridays at 4:30 Eastern. We get together just to talk to you about what's new and coming up with lipedema. And lately, there is a whole lot of stuff coming up. So you will see links and stuff down below as we talk about it. But please post yourselves. If you're here with us, we'd like to know where in the world you are and that you're here with us. So go ahead and post and let us know you're here. And we have a lot of exciting events that are coming up. But I'm sure that as people post things in the chat, we'll respond to that. We'll just talk about things related to lipedema. But we do need to, before we go much further, we need to tell you about something that's happening tomorrow, because we want you to sign up and be there for tomorrow. It's pretty exciting. It's going to be Lipedema 101 with Catherine and Dr. Matthew Carmody. Catherine, can you tell a little bit about what people can expect tomorrow?
So this came out, everything we have done for years comes out of the community. But we were in some meeting or group chat or group coaching session, and someone said, "Why do you always start every webinar with an explanation of lipedema? I've heard it 100 times," kind of thing. And I always say that. I say, I wish there was something that we could do where people could just get all the basics about lipedema so we don't have to do it every time. And of course, I like to talk, if you haven't noticed that, and those of you who know me. So I said I can introduce myself. It'll take 20 minutes for me to tell you my name. So, the explanation about lipedema kept getting longer and longer. So we are having a webinar about lipedema, the nuts and bolts. This is what it is. This is what it looks like. This is what it feels like. This is some history. And what we're doing is Dr. Carmody will take you through, this is what it feels like if you do this in your arm, in your leg. And that's what we're going to be doing, a webinar. So the entire webinar is, this is lipedema. And it's a great way to identify if you have it or not. If you're thinking you might have it and you're not sure, definitely come to the webinar. This one, the goal with this one is we will do a few of them over the next several months. Because I want to get a recording where we can put something up that's evergreen, which means that people can go to it and watch it, and it will be informative and hopefully entertaining.
Always that. But I'm thinking about those people that maybe they know they have lipedema. They've been officially diagnosed, but their family doesn't understand, or they have some friends that don't understand, or they have a friend who they think might also have lipedema. Maybe you want to bring them along for this webinar, encourage them to attend. This can be a way for your family to understand more of what you're going through, or other people that you know that you think that maybe this is what's happening with them. They can be there to get the basics. And this really comes out of, I know Dr. Carmody did a fabulous presentation at our last Heart to Heart event, where he took people through the self-diagnosis procedure. Feel right here and you might feel this. If so, then it means this. And so he's going to take you step by step in that process, so that until you can officially get a diagnosis, you can better understand what's happening in your own body. So be sure and join us tomorrow. That is at 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. There's a link below to register.
There isn't yet. There will be in a minute.
Okay. And Catherine, if someone is not able to attend, will they get a replay of the webinar?
Yeah. So make sure you sign up, because on this one, we want people to be able to give feedback on this one. Here, I'm going to put it in the comments.
Yeah, and be a part of helping us put together a really good instructional basic level webinar about lipedema. So if you come and attend this, it's free. You're going to be part of helping to put together ultimately the really good one that will be there just up probably on our website for people to see anytime to learn about lipedema. So we'd love to have you, even if you feel like you're pretty an expert in this area. We'd love to have you to get your feedback. Please join us.
Thank you. That's great. I'm thrilled. I'm actually looking forward to it. So, and looking forward to it evolving over the next couple of months. So please come. And I'd like to chat a little bit about something that we're doing at the end of the month on December 29th.
Yes.
So I have to be honest and upfront. I personally am not the biggest fan for lipedema surgery, because I've had lipedema surgeries. I had them so early on before much was known about them. And so you could call me part of the guinea pig pack. Just one of the early guinea pigs. My surgery did not go so well. Obviously, I'm here. I survived. I'm grateful. But the thing that I learned from it was to do conservative care for me, which is why I do so much conservative care. But it's very clear that the surgery has developed, that many of the surgeons that we have working on it have taken some of the very simple ways that the surgery can enhance a woman's life. You can feel better. You can reduce pain. You can reduce volume. You can look better aesthetically. So there's lots of good reasons that we've identified that gap, that, it's something that people want. So we are providing that. So we are having a master class on December 29th. So save the date. The time will be noontime, Eastern time, because we are in the process. We want to give a pretty comprehensive overview. So Leslyn will be doing a segment. I'm not sure if live or recorded. I think it has something to do with her travel schedule. But we'll be doing on conservative care, what you need to know, prepping for surgery, a lot of different topics, including how do you get insurance coverage. So, I'm going to, Kathleen Smith just put up a great comment.
Yes.
Go ahead.
We need more providers outside of this group and Fat Disorders Research Society to be aware of lipedema and its comorbidities. There are so many awareness deserts. That is a great term, Kathleen, in healthcare and treatment. Yes. And just what Catherine was talking about, putting together this video, Lipedema 101, is part of trying to increase that awareness outside of, our little community here. So good point, Kathleen. Thank you.
We're a small but strong community. I have,
Small but loud.
yeah, yeah. And the fact that we're doing as much as we're doing is remarkable to me.
Mhm, mhm.
Still blows me away.
Yeah.
And there is one other thing. Oh, the conference.
Yeah. So, as part of, if you are here for our event tomorrow, or you come to the Surgery Simplified webinar on December 29th at 12 noon Eastern, then you will be able the opportunity to get an early bird special for our Heart to Heart event that is coming up in April 25 to 27. And Catherine, tell everybody what the focus of this April event is going to be, 3-day event.
All right, I will. Give me a second.
Okay.
Putting the dates up. Talk
Yes.
a little bit. While
So it's April 25, 26, 27 in 2025. This is going to be our Heart to Heart Lipedema Surgery Simplified. It's a 3-day virtual event conference, and it's going to be holistic tools and support for every step of your journey. And so it is not just talking about the procedure for the surgery itself. It's not just talking about getting insurance coverage for it, although those will be discussed. But it's also going to talk about everything you do leading up to the surgery and how to figure out if this is something for you. It's everything you do after the surgery and how to have those best outcomes, how to do your best if this is something that you choose for yourself. If you ever want to know everything you need to know about surgery for lipedema, this is the event for you. So that is, as Catherine just put up on the screen, April 25 to 27, 2025. And if you come to these two events that we just talked about, the Lipedema 101 or the Surgery Simplified on December 29th, you will have an opportunity to get an early bird special. Catherine, do you have more details on any of that?
Yeah, the early bird special is going to be available for, like Leslyn said, for those attending the workshops, the webinars. It's a special incentive. We want people to register early, and that super early bird is $97. It goes up right afterwards. So you don't, I mean, if you're going to do it, get it at the lowest price.
The lowest price you can. That's right. And under $100 for a 3-day virtual event is an excellent price, excellent opportunity.
Yeah, it is. So Becky's asking about insurance coverage and surgeons that are in the U.S. Yes, there are surgeons in the U.S. and they do accept insurance now. It was a class action suit that I think it was Blue Cross Blue Shield Aetna. Is that possible? Anyway.
Possible. I'm not up on it myself.
Yeah, I think that was the insurance company. But anyway, what it did is it opened up insurance coverage. And Michelle Jacqua, who is a nurse navigator and has been working with lipedema ladies, really helping them to get insurance coverage, will be part of not only our workshop, the master class, but also the event in April. Because, again, we heard from so many who wanted to find out more. Sometimes it's just to make the decision. Do I want it or do I not? At this point in time, you could not pay me enough money to have a surgery. If someone came to me and said, I'll give you $1 million if you'll have lipedema reduction surgery, I would say no, thank you. Because I've had a lot of surgeries and I don't want to, I mean, this isn't, so I'm one that knows my answer. A lot of women coming in don't know the answer because surgery can be helpful. I've seen lots of women be able to live without pain, some for the
Mhm.
first time in years.
Mhm.
So it's definitely a worthwhile endeavor. And we at least want to give you education so that you know about it.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
oh, Becky's excited. That's the insurance they have. Blue
Uh-huh.
Cross Blue Shield Aetna.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the one that they went head to head with.
Yeah, but Michelle Jacqua, who will be at this event on the 29th, but also she's helping to put together the event in April. She has been, I mean, she's an insurance expert. And she's also coming from her nursing background. And so she is uniquely qualified and placed to really help with those insurance questions. So we do have the expert there. We're also going to be having expert well, surgeons themselves are going to be talking to you. There will be people who have gone through the surgery and be talking about their experiences. There'll be people who are going to be talking about all of the support services that you need surrounding the surgery, and so experts in those are going to be speaking. We always have also lots of interaction with the attendees. So you're able to get your questions answered. You can ask things in the chat, just like you guys are all participating right now, asking questions there, and then live Q&A. There's lots of opportunities for doing little small group interactions. So we will have more information as that event gets closer. But again, also when you're at these special events, you'll know more about them because, like Catherine says, we're going to have that early bird special. So Becky makes an excellent point here too. She says, my knees are so large, they compromise my walking. And I will tell you that the two main reasons why people get surgery is, one is for pain and two is for mobility. So because chronic pain is very hard to live with, have a good quality of life. And if you can't move, that's also really compromises your quality of life. So those are the two biggest reasons for lipedema surgery. Thank you, Becky, for your comments.
It's amazing. I think I have been reading a lot more about surgery and about some of the results women have had. And it really is remarkable that it can help. That's what it comes to. It can. Doesn't help everybody. You need to make sure you need to really do your homework. As long as you do your homework and you follow through, it's amazing.
Yes. Yeah, I remember a patient that I had years ago, before I really even knew much about lipedema, but I was a lymphedema therapist. She was coming to me for complete decongestive therapy. She was in her 30s, and she was describing how that she often missed work because of pain. And this is someone who is, she's only in her early 30s, a young woman, and she would be missing work because of pain. And she had that classic lipedema shape, a very narrow waist, and then a large lower body, a little bit of an ankle cuff. And it was just this constant burning pain that she was experiencing in her upper arms and her legs. And so she did have the lipedema surgery. And I was amazed. She went from a 7 to 8 out of 10 pain down to a 1 to 2. And that's even with talking about if you're having some post-surgical pain. So her pain still went down to a 1 to 2. And that meant that she could go back to work. That was very astounding. You want to say Kathleen's comment?
Yeah. Kathleen is sharing that Michelle Jacqua and Dr. Volstein, they were together on a Q&A we had recently, were such amazing guests at that recent event, really reinvigorated her hope for improved access and options that helped reignite her passion to advocate for her own health. You have to advocate for your health. And Becky says, awesome. And we say awesome too.
Yeah, and you know what? When you're in chronic discomfort, it's very hard to be an advocate for yourself. And
Yes.
so it's great to be involved with groups like Lipedema Simplified so that we can help you advocate for yourself when you're not feeling so well. We really hope you can join us at these events coming up and learn more about surgery and all of the other interventions, conservative care that can surround it or be even stand alone from surgery. They're going to be great events. We hope to have you guys there.
Yeah. And our formula is really simple. We don't do things that are that complicated. We have these free webinars to introduce you to the content we'll be covering in more depth.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll get good information. It'll take you to a very good place of understanding what we're talking about. And then we offer you an invitation to join us for even more self-education and understanding, because each step leads to, well, at some point it's either a yes or a no. Yes, you want to do it, or no, you don't,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine. Whatever it is, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Becky, that's so sweet. She says she's so glad she found us.
Mm-hmm. And Lisa is
She
here from
says,
Iowa.
I'm so glad I found you all.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I love it. Do I sound like I have an accent? Yeah,
It's the Boston way of saying that.
it's
Yes.
the Boston way. So we usually talk about the weather up front. I just want to say I have my wearable blanket.
Uh-huh.
I adore Siobhan Huggins. She adds so much to every conversation we have about anything. But my favorite contribution of hers is she turned me on to this Odie. They're called Odies.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I feel like a bear. I feel like a bear in hibernation,
Mm-hmm.
but I need it because the lake is cold. Oh,
Is it frozen over?
no, it's not, but it's so cold. But
What's your temperature there?
it was under 30.
Ah, so it could freeze over. You
Yeah, it
could
could
go ice
freeze over.
skating.
It could. Yeah, last week there were parts of the lake that were frozen,
Mm-hmm.
but I love it even with it being cold. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but my landlord came. You saw him. That was him,
Yeah.
uh, and he's doing a little bit of fixing windows and making it a little less cold.
Mm-hmm.
I love this. I always wanted one of these. Can you see behind me that circle disc? That is a
Yes.
space heater.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. I
Okay.
always wanted one of those. They sell them at Costco
Uh-huh.
and they're really warm, but
Oh,
they're
nice.
they're directional. So you only
Yes.
get it, and so it's perfect for this room. I
Yes.
love it.
So you're feeling that warmth right there. But I mean, we call where you live the lake house because it's so beautiful right there on the lake.
Hmm.
Really a nice place to be.
Yeah. Chris says it's stinking cold in New Hampshire. Yep. Yeah. 6 degrees
Uh-huh.
without wind chill factor.
Yeah. Yep.
Amazing. So Leslyn doesn't worry about those things. She's in California. I'm just,
And it is a chilly 59 degrees right now.
oh my God. But then I worry about the earthquakes and tsunamis. But you've been lucky.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and also the fires. We've been having some pretty nasty fires
Yeah.
lately. So,
Yeah.
yep.
Well, I think we've been through everything. Save all the dates, come tomorrow.
Yes.
And thank you for coming today. And Leslyn,
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next Friday again. Bye-bye, everybody.